Do you have a kingdom mindset? Do you have covenant eyes? I want you to think about this right here. Just throughout the day, when you have free time, go to this verse. My covenant will not break, nor alter the word that has gone out of my lips. Friends, that's Psalms 89:34. That is a great word. That is a word from God, and we know his word does not come back void. In the Old Testament, there was 4 covenants. We had Noah. He was promised that, the world would not be destroyed by another flood. We had Abraham, promises for descendants, and blessings and land for years to come. Moses, kingdom of priests, it was a holy nation for through the law. It was Mount Sinai. You had the 10 Commandments and all that. It was for Israel. David, this is the one I love. I love this one. It's promised for the eternal King, Jesus Christ. It was the bloodline for him to come through, for him to just ultimately be fulfilled through that, through the Messiah. I love how David, he had a heart for God. And that's where his covenant came in. It wasn't about perfection. God's covenant with David, it was about pursuit. And because David had a heart for God and pursued him the way he did, he found favor. And that's with us too, friends. I'm going to tell you something. The covenant that you're in with God, it's not fragile. It's not going to fall apart. It's not going to unravel. It's not based off performance. It's based off of his promise. And just as I've told you about the old covenant in the Old Testament, it's the same for the one with Jesus, the bloodline. When Jesus came, he redeemed the timeline all the way back to Adam. So we have full access to God. He abides in us and we abide in him. And knowing that you're in this covenant, you don't fight the world or your flesh from being a victim. You fight from victory. Being in a covenant with God, to me, it's so special because it's not your circumstances, it's not your emotions, it's that changes things. It's kingdom language and knowing that you're loved, knowing that you're sought after, knowing that you're paid for. That's when the world comes, and it's in the forefront of my mind. I said, no. And I start speaking things that God said out loud over my situation. That's what changes everything. That's what makes heaven move, is God's words. It's the covenant that we're in with him that aligns with his word. That's when he starts moving. He's like, hey, that's my kid. They know who they are. They know who the promises that I've spoken over them, and they're going to stand firm on that. And I'm just going to make heaven move. Heaven's going to back them. Watch this. It changes everything. It's not a contract. It's a commitment. It's God saying that all that I have is yours and all of you is mine. And I love that. I love knowing who I belong to. And in that covenant, I begin to realize who my identity is. And from that, that's where I'm able to stand firm and just speak his words out loud over my situation. So if you don't know what a covenant is with God, seek him out and just ask him, because I'm going to tell you something. It's the glory of God to conceal a matter, but it's the glory of the saints to search it out. And that's scripture too. So just look it up and look up the scripture and just talk to God about it all day and just tell him that you love being in a covenant with him. You love that it's not what you do, it's what he did that makes heaven move. It's the fact that you can stand on his promises and it's going to make heaven move. So you don't have to do all the work. He's already done it. He's not going to do it again. It's already been fulfilled. So just rest in knowing who you are and that you are loved by the King of Kings and that you co-partner with him. You co-labor with him. You are co-heirs with him. And just watch your day shift. Watch your life shift. Man, you're going to live from freedom. I love this. Y'all go out with a kingdom mindset and kingdom eyes, knowing that you see you're in a covenant with the Lord. Y'all have a blessed day.